The days of magically growing your Instagram using cheap tricks to grow your Instagram are long gone. But here are some real tips, tricks, strategies, and hacks to grow your Instagram right now in 2020. First, before we dive into these 15 hacks, let's debunk one of the biggest things, and I have a video on this that got tons of views, but do not do this anymore. Do not use automation tools to do like for like, follow for follow, any of that sort of stuff. No more automation tools. Instagram is not a fan, and it is not a good way to grow. So let's dive into the first one here, which is to just be a hot chick. Being a hot chick has always worked. It works now, and it will continue to work in the future. Okay, but for real, yeah, that can work, but that's not going to be most of us. So let's dive into now the 15 real hacks that you can use this year to grow your Instagram. Number one, I know a bunch of you are already going to click away after I say this, but do not be lazy when it comes to growing your Instagram. A year, 2 years, 5 years ago, yeah, you could get away with being a little bit lazy about growing your Instagram account. That's just not even close to the case anymore. If you want to grow your Instagram account, you got to put in real time, real work, real energy, real test and rinse and repeat and try again. Lots of effort to actually grow your Instagram account. Number two, remember guys, Instagram is a visual platform. People want to see what they like on Instagram. So that means you need to make your content better. You need to think really hard about who your audience is, what kind of content you can put in front of that audience that they will actually like. Not what you think is dope, not what you think is cool, not what you like. That might convert into something that your audience actually likes. But most importantly, you need to think about what will my audience want to see. And you may not be able to come up with that off the top of your head. That might be hundreds, thousands of posts of testing and trying new and different things to really start to figure out what it is your audience wants to see, what it is your audience wants to hear. Number three, I've been talking about this since mid 2019, maybe even a little bit before that, but because Instagram is much more difficult to grow, the organic reach, being able to just post something and tons of people happen to see it, has been gone for a while. So a really good thing to do now is to put some money behind it. Now, if you're just trying to grow your Instagram because you want clout and want to look cool, I mean, frankly, like go to TikTok and not Instagram at this point. But if you want to grow an Instagram account for real reasons, for real business purposes, put some money behind it and run some Instagram ads. And the way to do that, do not use the blue promote button. Go create a Facebook ad account and run Instagram ads from inside of Facebook ads. Since Facebook owns Instagram, they've put the whole thing into one where you run Instagram ads from inside of Facebook ads. Number four, this is one that I've seen working really well. It's, again, more time, more energy, more effort. There are no cheap tricks. There are no quick ways to grow your Instagram anymore. Long gone. But this one is working really well right now, which is to write long form captions. In your captions, like literally type out an essay. Tons and tons of text, but make it good always on any social media platform, any content just in general. It's got to be good if you want people to actually stick with it, engage with it, like it. And here's an example of an account that I've been following recently, which is posting extremely long captions, but they're jam-packed with information. They're jam-packed with things that people want to read about, all the way from the start of the caption to the end of the captions. And frankly, they're really long. And another tip here is, if you look right here, they not only post like a bunch of copy, a bunch of text in the caption, but they also continue it even into the comments. So it's literally like they're writing pages or like an essay for each post that they make. And it's been working extremely well. And as long as you're able to make it engaging, pack it with information that your followers actually want to continue to read, it's going to work so well. Number five, never let a second go by when there's not a fresh story sitting there for people to click into. Stories, I think, are maybe even viewed more right now than actual posts. I think people are more inclined to click right into stories and swipe through stories and click through stories to see what people are posting in their stories versus the actual Instagram feed post. And so you always want there to be a fresh story for someone when they when they open up their Instagram app. You want to have a fresh story sitting there for them to click into. So honestly, again, Instagram takes work at this point, like real time, real energy, real effort. But I'd say every hour, every couple hours, definitely like several times throughout the day, have a new fresh Instagram story post sitting there for people to click into and view. And number 6, and this one's been true for forever, and this is on like all social media platforms, but Instagram especially, whenever they come out with a new feature, use it. When they come out with a new feature, that means they've put a lot of work and effort behind it, and they're going to reward people who start to use it because they want to push out that feature to as many people as possible and have people actually use it and start to engage with it. So whenever they come out with a new feature, whether that's inside of a story post, whether that's inside of IGTV, or especially if that's inside of Instagram stories, use those features, find ways, test them, like try different things with those new features. Number 7, this one isn't honestly particularly new because it's been around for a little bit, but people still definitely overlook this. Don't get caught posting just a single image or just one video. Use that carousel feature. Make people swipe over 3, 4, 5 times to continue to view different pieces of your post. And like always, if you're just posting garbage, if you're making people swipe over to garbage and more garbage, that's just not going to work very well. So it goes back to creating better content. But if you're able to do that, using carousels will be extremely effective, because it will cause people to linger longer on your post, which is a great thing for Instagram to see, that people are staying longer on your post, swiping over, spending more time on each piece of post that they swipe through, and overall that'll just help engagement a ton. All right, moving into 8, 9, 10, 11 here, we're going to be talking about leveraging different platforms to grow your Instagram account. Hopefully you know this by now. It's been around for a second, but number 8 here is going to be leverage TikTok to grow your Instagram. Where Instagram 5 years ago, a little longer than that, used to have pretty good organic reach, meaning you could just post something and random people would just somehow see it. That doesn't really happen anymore on Instagram. It hasn't for a while on Instagram. But right now, TikTok, that is absolutely happening. You can post a video on TikTok and tons and tons and tons of people can see it. And when that happens, they'll watch your video, they'll click into your profile, they'll click on your Instagram account button, and they'll go and view your Instagram account. And as long as there's good content sitting there that they like, or if they liked you enough from your TikTok post, they'll go ahead and follow you and start to engage with your content. One really good way to approach TikTok is just to jump on popular trends, which you can see in there what is their equivalent to the explore section, their trending section. Just go in there, find the different trends, find one that you can make a video about. Make sure and use popular sounds on TikTok. That's a big part of using TikTok, is to use popular sounds. If you use popular trends and popular sounds and make a good video, you'll absolutely reach people organically that will then visit your profile, click into your Instagram, and hopefully follow you from there. Number 9, another really good platform to use to grow your Instagram account. Nothing particularly new here, but YouTube. If you have a YouTube channel, if you can get videos to rank in search so that random people will find your videos, or if you can post videos that YouTube will suggest out to larger audiences, then make sure you have your Instagram account, even talk about your Instagram account in your videos, maybe do a little pop-up in the video with your Instagram handle, and then definitely in your YouTube video descriptions and on your YouTube channel about section, in your video description and your about section, make sure and have your Instagram link there. Number 10, I think this one's probably overlooked quite a bit, but whatever email platform you use, it's probably Gmail, but make sure that you have your Instagram linked in the signature of all the emails that you send out, and that will just naturally, organically cause people to, whoever you're sending your emails to and communicating with via emails, they'll just naturally see your signature, they'll naturally see a link there, and for sure some of them will click and follow. Number 11 is leveraging LinkedIn. So on your profile page, make sure that you have your Instagram account linked, and then if you want to message people directly to connect, and I'm going to explain more why I'm doing little parentheses about connect, but when you message people to connect with them, or when you send an invite to connect with them, make sure that you have your Instagram, put a little link in your messages, make sure you have an Instagram linked on your profile page. Now, I will say it's super, super, super annoying and ineffective. I get this all the time, where people just message you on LinkedIn randomly with having done zero research into your LinkedIn or what you're actually about, and just say, hey, I'd like to connect with you, and that's the message that they send. That's super ineffective. It's not going to work. But one way you really can make this work is if you go into people's profiles, do a little bit of research, learn about them, what they're actually about, what their business is, what their job is. Send a message that's tailored to that actually has some real thought and some real insight and effort put into it. And with that, link your IG. Don't say like, hey, come follow my IG. Just have it subtly linked there, and people will naturally click in. And if, again, you've got good content there, then people will follow. Number 12, follow for follow can still absolutely work. I would say make sure that you're following people that are interested in the topic that you're posting about, the niche that you're posting about, whatever your Instagram is about, and search out people that are interested in your niche. So go to bigger profile pages, go to their most recent posts, go to the people that liked their post, and then follow some of those people, because those are people that have recently engaged, that have recently been active on Instagram inside of your niche. But do not use automation tools to do follow for follow. Do this manually, do it strategically, going to people and post and likes of posts that are related to your niche, and follow some of those people. And also be careful, because if you follow too many people too fast, you can get blocked by Instagram. So be very strategic, be very kind of slow about this. It's going to be a slower method now, but it can still work. Number 13, hashtags can absolutely still work, but instead of just having a big block of hashtags that you copy and paste into the bottom of your caption or into the comments of your post, take your block of hashtags and one by one disperse them throughout your, like I mentioned in number 4, these super long paragraph essay captions that you're now creating. One by one, take them, work them in, make sure they make sense, make sure they're written well, and work them in throughout your super long caption. Number 14, I'm sure you've heard this and it still can absolutely work. It's going on to other posts and just commenting. Gary Vee talks about this as his $1.80 strategy, leaving your 2 cents on people's posts. And yeah, absolutely, like engaging with people in your niche, making good comments can absolutely lead people to clicking into your profile and then following if they're interested in you and your content is good. But the big trick here is don't be spammy. You can't leave a comment that people are going to easily be able to see and realize that you left that comment so that they click into your profile so that you can get a follower. It's got to be a real contribution to the post. You got to actually have something legit and contributory to say about whatever the post is that you're commenting on. And number 15, tried and true, always will work forever on anything, is to collab with other people in your niche, or maybe you can even go to like the rim of your niche, kind of to the exterior, maybe even a little bit outside of your niche, and collaborate with people that will mention you in their stories, in their comments, in their posts. They'll tag you in their posts, and then their followers will see that they've mentioned you or tagged you, and then they can click over and look at your profile. And again, it really all goes back to how good is your content, how will people actually want to follow you or not based on your content. Instagram and any social media platform is really about your content, especially Instagram where it's completely visual. Like, make sure that you have good content. And if you collaborate with people that are willing to tag you and show you off in a sense to their audience so that their audience will click to your Instagram page, if your content's good, if they're interested in you, if you've got really long captions that are really interesting to read through, then you'll definitely get some followers through collaborations.